What speakers do you use and why? In this studio, you can see behind me, I use the PMC CI 140s. Now, I've used these for about 4 years now. Prior to that, I had Ex Machina Pulsars. So these were quite a substantial upgrade, in my opinion. I fitted a 9.14 system in my old studio, which had these PMCs in. In this studio, I've gone with a 7.16, and I've got CI 140s all the way around me, and I've got CI 65s on the ceiling with 230s as well. So the PMCs I put in for a couple of reasons, I guess. There was a few reasons why I fitted the PMCs. One reason was that they have a very low profile in terms of depth. They're only about that deep, which means on the side walls, I love a soffit mounted, wall mounted speaker that's built into the wall. I love that look. And that's why I've gone with this look you can see behind me. So it's all built into the wall. And the great thing about these is because they have a very small depth to them, the walls don't have to come in too far if you're doing that sort of soffit mounting or wall mounting the speakers. Now, if the speakers were this deep, the side walls would come in that deep. You'd lose that amount, 500 mil, let's say, on the back of the room, and you'd lose 500 on the front of the room. So that's one thing I love about the CI 140s is the small profile of the depth. I also, do you know what? I love the look of them. Now, if you look behind me there, you can see there you've got my left speaker, and then here is the sub. So I have the sub next to it, which they create one speaker. So that basically technically is a 4-way speaker with sub as well, which is bass managed. Now, without the subs, they're far less impressive. With the sub, they are incredibly impressive, these speakers. And I don't know if I would ever change them. I had the opportunity when moving into this studio to change speaker. This was my opportunity to change speakers, and I was considering changing speaker. I went and had a demo with Amphium, and I went and had a demo with a few other people. But I was going to put new speakers in, and I'm really glad I didn't, if I'm honest. I'm really glad I stuck with the PMCs. And there's another reason I like the PMCs is, now this is the businessman talking. Discards how they sound amazing, but taking that out of the equation, how they look and what they sort of represent. When you've got a pair of PMCs, everybody knows PMC. It's like ATC. Everybody knows ATC. Now, personally, I'm not a massive fan of ATCs. I had a pair of ATCs, didn't particularly like them. I've used ATCs in various studios, and I've never been much of a fan. And I know people who have ATCs who aren't much of a fan either. And I could have put ATCs in for this exact purpose, is everybody knows PMCs. And I get people say to me, oh, that's such a nice PMC system. Everybody knows the PMC system. So there is that. That's from the business perspective. It's like, oh, they've got PMCs. They're clearly good speakers, you know. So there is that. But overall, look, they're great sounding speakers. I love how they sound. And these are the reasons why I've kept them and I've installed them. And like I say, I don't think I'll ever change this system because it is such a good system. And also as well is I don't think I would ever change this system. I might add to it, but I don't think I'll ever change it. And the reason being is because it's very difficult to change a system when the kind of speakers are built into the room. They are part of the acoustic wall. So changing the system would yeah, would be very, very problematic. I would actually have to strip the whole room out and rebuild all the acoustic wall, which I'm not going to do. So I will be sticking with these speakers for a very, very long period of time. So yeah, these are the CI 140s. They are incredible. If you ever get the chance to hear them, then you're in for a treat. But one thing I will say is because they're a 4-way speaker, they massively benefit from using the Trinnov. When the Trinnov is off, they're good, they sound good, but there's a few little minor phase issues that you can hear. Once the Trinnov is on, bang, they're dead, so precise.